Blessing. Welcome to the channel. This is Ben, humble servant, pushing out blessings so that peace be on all. Today, I want you to be mindful and aware that temptation does not come for all. Temptation is selective in its approach because it's almost like a little slithery snake hiding in the grass, waiting for that opportunity to go about striking. One of the things I need for you to go about being aware of is that temptation only comes when there's a progression. Temptation comes when it wants to go about testing your vulnerability. Temptation comes because of pride, the ego. That's how temptation works. You see, a lot of us are not mindful that hurtful things will come back into our life. And when hurtful things come back into our life, there's an onset which will present itself to have you go about getting even. But there's a saying in the good book, vengeance is mine alone. Now, there's a reason why God allowed the scribes to go about putting that in a good book. Because the cyclical cycle of destruction is repetitive. Let's look at it from this notion. Say I go about murdering your dad. You grow older, you come to murder me. My kids get older, they come to murder you. You see how the cycle of destruction continues. For let any man who has done you wrong burden their own wrongdoings. Do not take that burden upon yourself. So in terms, what I'm saying is this. We are human beings, and human beings are not perfect. They never were intended to be perfect. They never were created to be perfect. They were created in the essence to learn as they go. But the one thing that always go about seeping its way into our hearts and our minds is to go about getting even. Because it hurts. And the impact of hurt lingers longer than the impact of joy. Joy fades away real fast. But hurt seems to have a longing effect that stays with us. But life is testing you in a matter of circumstances because it's asking you, are you able to forgive? Are you able to look past that person's ignorance, that person's selfishness, that person's wickedness? Temptation is going to see if you are just as wicked as that person. Temptation is seeking you out to say, are you just as selfish as that person? Yes, we have the power within our hands to go about seeking and executing our plans, going about getting retribution. But when you go about doing these things, you become just as that next person. You are no better because you have fallen prey to temptation because you wanted to go about getting even. Now, When retribution comes back upon you and your family, don't wonder why. Because you are laying the bedrock. You are creating that road to your family. You see, the Negro man says this: you hurt me, I hurt you. You hurt my kids, I hurt your kids. But it's a cyclical, destructive cycle, which is only meant to have us going about betraying and destroying ourselves. Let's start fighting